What's going on, guys? This is Baro, aka Invest Mentor. Thanks for your time and watching. Today is September 14th. It's another Tuesday, and as usual, we're gonna go through some of the major events, some of the breaking news we have recently, and try to find out some of the interesting and just high value stocks for us to trade and invest. But as always, before everything, for the disclaimer. So please, just like, please understand this channel, the live stream, the short video, the channel, Borrow Investment Mentor, the YouTube channel is totally created for entertaining, educational, and informational purpose only, without any financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so please always do your investment research, due diligence, and be responsible for your P&L as always. Okay, so yeah, let's start. So yeah, it's Tuesday. It's about the middle of September 14th. And what just happened last week? Last week, we saw that we have kind of the worst streak of stock market correction in the past 7 months, right? Almost since the beginning, since like January this year, before the meme stock frenzy in February this year. And last week we almost have like 5 days in a row to have the pullback in all the major indices, in like Dow Jones, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq indices. And why is that? Because a week just earlier, before last week, 2 weeks ago, on Friday, we saw that we had a weak job data, implying the the U.S. economy actually gonna be peaking in the before the end of third quarter. And so that brings some of the concerns and worry to Wall Street and all the investors and traders. And so that's why the US, but I mean, like from my personal opinion, my personal 2 cents, I think this time the correction won't be too much, won't last for too long. I mean, it just caused by the economic data, and which is not that bad. I mean, and also like today, September 14th, Tuesday, we had we just had the latest economic data about like the US CPI, the US inflation data. So we will take a look into those data to see how they might affect the financial and stock market. And also, like today, I would like to, as usual, I will also like share some of the news that I feel interested. I mean, my easy finding in the past couple of days would be, I mean, because in the third quarter we have been talking about, there might be a chance for the either just a big correction or stock market crash, or I mean to the worst. I mean, we're not sure if it's gonna come with a stagflation or hyperinflation. If it really happen, I mean, that's totally possible, right? It's just a matter of the possibility. And if it really happens, I mean, what can we do? Because like once again, we have to mention about this over and over again. I mean, for trading and investment, there are many different type of traders and investors, right? But for those like somehow successful, but I mean, there is a group of trader investors who can be considered really successful for a long period of time. I mean, according to the history, right? They can be really successful for like 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years, and beat the market and beat their competitors, beat the other traders, investor, and fund manager, and I mean, almost I stand in kind of like the top 20 or 10% of the entire market. And but like, I mean, how they got like, how they got like, just like screened out or obsolete in the end, because I mean, usually they cannot like overcome or just go through a very bad market condition or a very bad market crash or correction for just once, and today we're also going to talk about like, we're also gonna like talk about like Cathie Wood once again, because like Cathie Wood like lately I mean, she has like just like she has been really just really, I mean, outstanding and really extroverted to speak out a lot of things, a lot of the maybe fantasy kind of things, or just a truth. Like Cathie Wood, I mean, like in recent weeks, in recent days, has been saying the U.S. stock market is going to be so bullish in the next 5 to 15 years. So she doesn't think there will be any really bad correction or just like recession in the next 10 to 15 years, because of the millennial generation after the baby boomer generation they can, they just have a good amount of money to support the stock market to keep growing, to keep like going up in the next 5 to 15 years. Okay, that's one statement she made. And another, like, yesterday, she also say that in next 5 years, like Bitcoin, she predict that Bitcoin can go as high as like $500,000, and the current price is about like 45,000, right? So it's about like more than 10 times, like to 12 times of the the room to go up. So I'm not in doubt with that. I'm just saying this it's really a bold statement. It's really a bold forecast from Cathie Wood. And Cathie Wood also, like yesterday, she said like she thinks that she totally believe like the market of NFT, non-fungible token, is going to another a big trend of the investment future. Okay, even though like in her statement, like she mentioned that even though she's not like holding any NFT so far, but she believes that it's going to be a big trend, one of the big trend in coming years. Okay, and we're going to talk about some of the what will be the trend in the stock market, in financial trading, investment, like market, like the electric vehicles, why is the trend, and how the trend will last in the coming years, and what will be some of the stocks that we can pay attention to follow. I'm not going to sell you anything, but just like information, just trying to exchange some information. So so please always, please please click the like and subscribe button down below this video, and leave any of your thoughts and comments so we can discuss further. For anything that I share, or any stocks or any information news that I share, if you have any thoughts or insight, please let me know so we can discuss further. Okay, so so in the chat here, thanks for the chat. Thanks for Gamma, and thanks for Gamma Michael Barry. Good morning. And not all can be successful, exactly. And are you a Wood follower as well? To be honest, for Cathie Wood, people's mind, people's always change, right? Like it just right now it's just like September. Like actually, like half a year ago, I I really, just because the how should I say, the pop out of like Cathie Wood is really surprising, right? It's really just like a really brilliant debut of Cathie Wood. Just like got a super fantastic like just an investment performance as one of the top like hedge fund managers in 2020. And then I was like, oh, this is so respectful. And then I didn't spend much time to research into much detail about like her background. And then I thought like, yo, this totally an icon we can just pay attention to. But like just I mean, over time, right, we spend more and more time to understand, I mean, to try to know more about our idol, right? Try to know more about it. And then I just found out, that's just, my, I mean, I just, I'm a guess, I just make a guess for that. I'm not sure. I just started become wondering if Cathie Wood is really just like if Cathie Wood has really become a superstar in the trading investment field naturally, or with like certain kind of like power behind to promoting her. I don't know. If you can like let's do a very interesting things like okay, let's check out like that's very interesting. That's Cathie Wood. Let's go to Cathie Wood Wikipedia, okay? The thing I was gonna say is that in the past couple of months we have been seeing a lot of like bold statement from Cathie Wood, but like actually like this year Cathie Wood's like investment performance is not as good as last year. But we can see a lot of bold statement, and he has been like supporting Tesla, has been just like promoting Elon Musk a lot, and she's been like promoting like cryptocurrency industry, like Bitcoin, and some of the cryptocurrency stocks like like Coinbase, and some of those, and so an interesting thing is like Cathie Wood is like disclosing her portfolio like every month. So I mean, that makes a lot of the trader investor to like follow her portfolio and asset allocation. So she got a power. She actually become an influencer instead of a fund manager only. She actually become an influencer to just buy in and out for a lot of type of stocks. Like once she speak for like certain industry or certain tickers, that that will have a big impact on that, but like later on I mean it's like earlier a lot of people say like Cathie Wood is just like a US stock queen. It's kind of like female Warren Buffett, but actually after everything, like over time you can tell if it's real or fake, right? It's a okay, I just speak too much here. I just detour too much again. Like in the end, anyway, so I'm kind of like earlier I was totally pro Cathie Wood, and right now I'm kind of like more neutral for Cathie Wood. I'm just like trying to find more detail to see if like how she work, how she invests, and we can see like in her Wikipedia, okay, you can see like she got a very good background, like graduated from a top school and working some of the top like just just a asset management company. But we can also see like she just started the ARK fund in recent year, And oh, sorry, just let me check real quick. Okay, and we know that, like, you can see that ARK first 4 ETF funds were seeded with capital from Bill Huang of Archigo Capital. Archigo Capital, Bill Huang is one of the most, like, just a very familiar name that we know. Like a couple of months ago, just had a really bad problem, right, about the crash, about the thing. So that's one of the thing. It's not, I mean, surprise for me. But, like, just hold on a second. I'll be right back. Right. Sorry for the pause. So, yeah, I'm not sure if you just got a little bit of chance to read through some of the background of Cathie Wood. And the reason I want to pause here for just like a few minutes is that, just like probably like a few months ago, like I was saying, I was suspecting that, like, maybe Cathie Wood has a very special relation with, like, Elon Musk and some of the corporate insiders, or some of the big wild wolf in Wall Street, or like White House. And so she got a chance. So she got a chance to be promoted as the superstar in superstar fund manager. Just got popped out all of a sudden, because her career, she doesn't I mean, she doesn't develop her career to become a superstar step by step. Instead, she just like came out, like pop out all of a sudden. And but of course, before that, like she had a good like portfolio. She graduated from good school and worked for like Allianz as a CIO. However, you can see that. I mean, she was the CIO, Chief Investment Officer for Allianz, like Bernstein. But however, she was criticized. She performing worse than overall market during the financial crisis of 2007, 2008. Okay, and earlier, let me see. Okay, so in 2014, after her idea for actively managed exchange-traded funds based on disruptive innovation was deemed too risky by Allianz, Cathie Wood just chose to left the company and found ARK. So we can see, like, first, like Cathie Wood, just like got a poor performance in financial crisis in 2008, and then in 2014, like because of her investment strategy and portfolio was considered too risky. So she quit the job as a chief investment officer of Allianz, and just like move on to start up her own hedge fund. And then her hedge fund, the ARK ETF, was funded initially by Bill Huang, which is the fund manager of Archegos Capital. And we just got a news about Bill Huang, Archegos Capital, a couple months ago. The guy just become the top one worst performer in the history. He just lost tens of billions of US dollar overnight. Tens of billions of dollars overnight. He just lost it, and just create a really bad fallout to a lot of investment bank, including Credit Suisse and Nomura, JP Morgan, like Morgan Stanley was also involved. Have a ripple effect crash to a lot of the US stock and Chinese stocks. So I mean, just think about that. I just become like a little bit like skeptical, about like Cathie Wood from here. Like Cathie Wood right now is she's like 65 years old, and then it just made me wonder, I mean, a lot of time I just like to make a lot of have some imagination, think about that. Is it possible that Cathie Wood, when she was turning into 60, and she because she's really I mean, she really want to be a successful woman, we can see how she has developed her life from school to career, and then but maybe she hasn't got a chance to become a superstar, so she has maybe she just got a connection, got a contact with evil. Got a contact with evil. Okay, I'm not saying so who is the evil? Bill Huang or White House or Elon Musk or I don't know. I mean, but that's just my imagination. Okay, so that can be a lot of crazy things behind, right? Is it possible that Cathie would just work with Bill Huang, White House, Wall Street, and Elon Musk and those corporate insider to become a super successful hedge fund manager, and then she can just speak a lot of things in front of the public to make the up and down for a lot of the stocks and tickers and assets, even like cryptocurrency, right? And so we don't know, but anyway, it's a little bit too far. So back to the question of Soda Cookie, are you Wood's follower as well? No, I'm not her follower right now. I'm pretty neutral right now. But I would say Cathie Wood is definitely interesting. No matter, I mean, if she's real, I mean, if her performance is totally real, I think he wouldn't be that much interesting. But I mean, instead, if her performance and her everything is faked, that would be much more interesting, because I mean, how was it faked, and what's the insights behind? That would be really interesting, right? Just we talk about conspiracy theory, just 911 events, right? 911, right? We just had 911 a few days ago, and 20 years ago we just had a 911. I mean, really, almost no people, was talking about that, saying that might be a conspiracy, but over time, more and more people talk about that. And so right? If it's really a conspiracy, a lot of people are saying like 911 is actually, you know, conspired, is actually plotted by the Republican government, and you know, but and also the Biden government, President Biden just you know, just ordered to disclose some of the you know, just the secret for 911 in the next 6 months. So we will keep an eye on that. That's also very interesting, right? That's also because we're not sure if it's faked or it's real. So it become more interesting. I mean, it's the same view that I have for Cathie Wood right now. Okay, so gamma. So okay. Okay, Michael Barry. So Cathie Wood is always a Bitcoin believer. Yeah, right. I mean, she just say, you know, the Bitcoin is going to be like 500,000 in the next 5 years, and I mean, I don't care if it's you know, it's a kind of like a intentional promotion to, you know, just to push up the price or what. I mean, I think it's totally possible, right? Because we know that I mean, we also talk about this in the previous live stream and short video about Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin already have like 3 halving right now. You know, you can, I mean, we don't have much time to dive into detail about Bitcoin halving, but you can just spend like a few minutes to Google that Bitcoin halving. I mean, every 4 years there will be a Bitcoin halving. It's a very simple concept. Like in every Bitcoin halving, the number of Bitcoin available to be mined will become like halved. So so the price of Bitcoin will surge after Bitcoin halving. And the reason Bitcoin halving just in the end of last year, that's how the Bitcoin price just like surged in the end of last year. You know, that's also what we saw in 2007. Okay, so the next Bitcoin halving will be coming up in like 2025. So that's within the 5 years, right? So, and let's see, what happened. Let's see, just you know, so from the end of last year to the top of this year, like Bitcoin just like grows for about like 6 times, right? So it's not even 10 times, okay? So but from like, you know, just a little bit earlier, from the COVID-19 low around like 4,000 to the previous high about like 65,000 this year. It's about like, you know, over like 15 times. So and then I mean, if we just like, you know, thinking this way, right, we just make a brainless and, you know, beginner thinking, right? We just like use the multiple to do it, right? If like, you know, the price is like below like 50,000 and it can go like more than 10 times, right? 500,000 is totally possible, right? So so I was just like, you know, having a brainless analysis on this to say like the you know, the statement of Cathie Wood is I don't know if it's true or what, but it's possible. I would just say like she has been like making a lot of like bold statement lately, especially the one like she's saying the US stock market is going to be bullish. It's going to be a upward trend for the next 5 to 15 years. I think that's really, really bold, right? Especially when the US stock market is so high right now. And I think she is one of the few financial experts who doesn't believe the market would have a correction or pullback. So and instead reversely, the market will keep surging up for another for super long run in the next 5 to 15 years. I think that's really crazy. That's really crazy. So yeah, Michael Barry, thanks for commenting. Cathie Wood is always a big believer. So Soda Cookie. So you guys are a Bitcoin follower too. I think just 3 years ago, I regret that I was not a Bitcoin follower, earlier, a few years ago. I just started, allocate part of my assets to trade investing Bitcoin and Dogecoin in Ethereum in last year. Okay, and the amount was not that much, because I everyone's time is limited, right? Which earlier, as a general public, right? We're not an IT guy, so we don't really have that much time to do the research, investment research to know if Bitcoin is really can be really working or not, right? We don't know the mechanism if it really works until probably last year. More and more public icon and financial guru become a supporter of Bitcoin, and then we started looking after Bitcoin. But so there are so many different cryptocurrency, right? And some people even wanna just invest and trade those cryptocurrency which is supported with less focused by the general public. They think that's more valuable. So different investor and trader always have different thoughts and thinking. So I don't know, that's a Soda Cookie, a Michael Barry. So what's your thoughts? What's your strategy? Do you have any idea, insights? Have you been trading, investing in any cryptocurrency, Bitcoin? Please let me know so we can discuss. So Sylvia was a bit shocked when she pulled out her Chinese stock. What do you mean, Snowy Sophia? You kind of shocked when she pulled out her. Oh, you mean Cathie Wood? Yeah, because we mentioned about that last time. Cathie Wood just cut off almost 90% of her Chinese stock holding. Why? That's what she has to do. That's why. That's why all the Chinese stocks just has such a terrible plunge. Just over 50% or even 60%, right? This kind of correction is, not even happened in 2008 or 2000 for those big giant US stock, right? But how come it would just happen? Because that's just that's a chain effect. And that's also why I think this might be a so-called scam plotted by Chinese government and a lot of those Chinese corporate insiders. Because if that's a correction for only 10, 20, 30%, it can be bad enough. It can be bad enough to kick out all those trader investors. They want to kick out, right? But for those global financial institutions like hedge fund, mutual fund, they always have a rule, right? They always have a rule, a very, very fixed rule. If the certain industry or certain stocks or certain geography just got hit it and decline, drop by over 30 to 50%, they have to cut. They have to cut the position. They need to have a stop loss. That's why Cathie Wood, it's not only for Cathie Wood. A lot of hedge fund and mutual fund managers just got just got reaped, just got cropped. Can you imagine? I mean, in the history, only retail investor will be reaped and cropped. But this time, for all the Chinese stock correction crash, like Cathie Wood and a lot of global financial institution fund managers just got reaped, just got cropped. And so they have to cut off the position. And Cathie Wood just got out and say, oh, she's still with like Chinese style, and she might be coming back maybe later on when she figure out what's going on. And she also say that let's see what's going on for some of the Chinese stock today. So it's a market open for 20 minutes already. Sorry about my talkative. So today we can see, okay, so it's kind of like a mixed sentiment, without super outstanding market mover. So okay, so all the Chinese stocks are in red today. So let's talk a little bit about these Chinese stocks. Just hold on a second. All right, sorry for the pause again. So yeah, so what were we just talking about? So so Michael Barry, you must have coins. So Snowy Sophia, Cardano, and Ethereum too. Oh, so Snowy Sophia, you're like trading Cardano. So if you don't mind, please let us know what's your insight, what's your thoughts, and trading investment strategy for Cardano and Ethereum, so we can chat further. And Gamma, it's stuck on this 45-ish support. So how do you think Gamma? I mean, how do you guys think? Do you guys think cryptocurrency Bitcoin will? I mean, what would be the short-term trend? Let's say, what will be the trend for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency this month, and what will be the trend for the next quarter, for the fourth quarter of this year, and what will be the trend for last year, and what will be the trend for next 3 to 5 years? I mean, if you guys don't mind, I mean, please let me know. I'm really curious. I mean, and how do you, and why do you think he's going to be bullish, or I mean bearish? I mean, for a certain quarter or certain time frame. Please let me know so we can discuss further. And so Gamma might is strat wait after September. Okay, Gamma is going to wait after September. So what you're gonna do after September? Why are you waiting Why are you waiting? So you're doing more like a like swing trade or what? You do you have any like long-term investment for Bitcoin? So Soda Cookie, I deeply regret not buying Bitcoin 10 years ago. Yeah, of course. Like I think like everyone, but I think it's totally fine. I mean, you know, it's we can just like consider like Bitcoin as a well, if we consider Bitcoin as a single stock, it's just a single stock that suck like much more cash, compared to the others, right? So we don't really need to be we don't have to regret that much. What's the capitalization of like Bitcoin? Bitcoin capitalization. Bitcoin capitalization is like it's like 1 trillion something. So I think it's yeah, it's less than 1 trillion right now. So it's not even as big as the Google or Amazon. So I think it's totally fine. And just if you just let's say if you of course, I mean the Bitcoin has surged over from the very beginning. It's probably over 1,000 times, right? But if you look at some of the fan stock, if you look at like Google, it's probably the same thing, right? It's probably the same thing. If you see like a Google as, I mean, what's the IPO price of Google? The IPO price is about like 200. Okay, it's probably not. Yeah, of course, it's not as crazy as like Bitcoin, but let's see. Okay, what about Apple? Okay, the the IPO, yeah, Apple is kind of like different story. Apple was like I got IPO like much longer before. Is that, I mean, the lowest price of Apple was like 11 cents. The lowest price of Apple was 11 cents, and the price right now is like 157. So you can see like Apple as another another thing, another story of like and there another story of like Bitcoin, and there are just like tons of these type of stocks in US stock market. So we don't need to regret this just happen all the time. And and that's a thing. I mean, how that's about like how we can find now the insights, right? We don't need to go for like 100 times, like 200 times. I mean, like 10 to 20 times would be good enough for us. And like 10 to 20 times of like like return, like I mean once in a life would be really good enough, right? Let's say if we just use like 10 million, 1 million to get that 10 to 20 times, just once. I mean once a lifetime will be good enough, right? And but this kind of things just happen like over and over again. There are so many these type of opportunity. And then, so once again, one like I'm just having this channel because, as mentioned, I've been like working in financial industry for a while, and then I just I just started getting bored. I just started getting so like dull, and dampened, so I mean, because it's just a 9 hours work. Like, yeah, sometimes for investment bank it can be longer, but most of the time you just have to be you just have to fit into that, like, hierarchy, and just do a lot of things that not that really meaningful, and you're not really working for yourself. And but I think right now, I mean, thanks to the pandemic, just we all of us just have just a better development internally, and finding a better value to work with our family and friends and all that. And other than that, I know, like, right now, more than like 50-60% of the American and European are going to quit their job, are going to find a new job, which could be really meaningful and just valuable for them, or they want to spend more time with their family and friends, or they want to start a new job. That's kind of the similar similar concept that I have to start, like, doing like YouTube, like, just started in recent months, right? And and also I really hope that I can I get a chance to work with my previous connection in Hong Kong, New York, and just I use some of my my previous, like, know-how and skills, knowledge from school, from career, from workplace to find out some good and bad things. To if it's a bad, if there's, like, some, like, evil and bad things that we just have to be aware. We just have to be we just have to avoid. And if that's, I mean, and then I just hope that I can find out some I mean, for easy put, I mean, some, like, value and good asset investment, like stocks, like we can trade in that in the future. Okay, so it's too far again, sorry about that. So so gamma, so it's forming a flag, and I think it's going to last until October. You mean like Bitcoin? Let's see. Okay, so gamma, you mentioned, right? So we are having the chart here for, like, Bitcoin. So you say, like, Bitcoin is, like, forming a flag. What do you mean by forming a flag? It's you think, like, Bitcoin will be in a consolidation between, like, 45,000 and 50,000 for the rest of this month. So you can wait a little bit until next month in October, or what? So yeah, either way is possible. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so you need to confirm with the direction. Okay, so gamma, I think you do more like a short-term trading, right? So do you also have some, like, a long-term investment? I mean, do you have any allocation to invest in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin for in the long run, like, just like I mean, an amount of capital that you put there, and no matter what, you are not gonna cash out? Do you have any investment like that for Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency? So I'm going to say there are in total 21 million Bitcoin possible, and only 2.5 left to mine. So yeah, thanks for your information. So I think, like, obviously gamma is a like Bitcoin expert. So yeah, I mean, really appreciate your comments and your chat. So yeah, and I hope you don't mind to check the like and subscribe button and all the others. And so, like, in the future, I will be more than happy to have more of your sharing and discussion for crypto, for Bitcoin. So okay. So Gamma, I mean, like, seems like you have some experience about, like, trading crypto, like, so I mean, in the future or right now, if you have any insights, like how you have profited or how you think that would be a good strategy in the next quarter or next like 1 to 3 years for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency trading, please let us know. Please let us know. The soda cookie limit is always valuable. Limit is always valuable. Yeah, correct. Like gold. Yeah, like gold. But I mean, like, one thing to share is that I mean, just saying the market is although there are, I mean, more and more like financial experts and guru coming out and to support like Bitcoin and crypto, but there are still some like financial gurus and who, I mean, out there who don't really believe in cryptocurrency, and they just say like one day when the sentiment gone, like the value of the cryptocurrency of like Bitcoin will just like drop to zero. I don't know. Do you think it's possible? Do you think like just one day like the value of like Bitcoin and Ethereum will just like evaporate? Will just like gone? Just like go all the way from like 50,000 down to zero? Is it possible to become valueless? Yeah, please let us know. So, Snowy Sophia, so it's not limited. People wouldn't invest this much. Okay, so Snowy Sophia thinks you, since you have different thoughts, right? Because I mean, that's the worry and concern we have like earlier before so many people just like jump into like cryptocurrency industry, right? Because I mean, it's kind of like IT things, right? I mean, right now, I believe that almost like more than 90% of the trader investors don't really have a technical idea about if Bitcoin can be hacked, and if Bitcoin, what's going on for those like technical mechanism behind Bitcoin, right? So, right, I mean, like what if like one day it just like come out, it just had a breaking news say, oh, we thought like Bitcoin could have like 2.5 what do you mean 2.5 million Bitcoin left, but because of like certain change and innovation or what, so the number of Bitcoin can be become like 10 times more. Is it possible? Who knows, right? Because that's a IT thing. Maybe I'm kind of like stupid to speak in this way about Bitcoin. So please correct me if if you know more about the Bitcoin technique and mechanism. So we can understand more. Otherwise, we don't know, right? It's just because even, I mean, a never say never, right? Even in financial market, like a lot of things can be like really change, like, right? Just black can become white, like just like over a period of time, and shit can become gold over a period of time, and just like shit can become like a meme stock, right? Just the valueless can be like so freaking like expensive like overnight, right? So this is a time of unbelievable, it's an unbelievable time. So we just need to dig out. Okay, so it's about the time of our, I mean, we're gonna close. I mean, earlier I was going to talk about some of the EV stocks, so if you let's look at the ticker for the US stock market today. So in my watch list, the top performer is like okay, so so no crazy top performer today. The most I got is like it's less than 5% today, and it's not a clear trend for any like geography or industry or type of stocks so far. It's kind of in a fluctuation, consolidation. It's kind of a mixed. But we just saw like all the fucking Chinese stocks, yes, suffer today. While I mean all the Chinese internet things that just like suffer today, while you know the EV stock always outperform, right? All the EV stock are still in great. And please give me a second, I'll be right back and we will talk a little bit more before we close this. Right, guys. So yeah. So yeah. Thanks for Gan. I wish you could share some different ideas. What do you mean? What do you mean? What some of the different ideas? So thanks for your coming, Gan. Like it's I mean like what type of idea would you be more interested? Like, you know, it's like, could you let us know like what type of stocks or you know investment and trading you are interested in? What's your strategy so we can talk more further? And you know, because you know, it's like because for my portfolio and asset allocation, like recently, some of the major and big move that I can share would be one first, right? You know, we can see I'm not sure if I just like show these to you guys. So electric vehicles are the biggest automotive trend in 100 years or so, okay? Because Biden government in August just said by 2030, okay, you know, just Biden just I mean in August, President Biden just announced a target for EV to represent half of all U.S. auto sales by 2030. That's very a bold target, okay? So at the time, like, you know, every cars on the street, like, you know, just like you will see a lot of like EV out there, you know, by 2030. And the plan from China is even stronger, right? China is saying to have like 100% of like EV coverage in the next 10 to 20 years. So that's one of the trend I was going to say. No matter if there is a stock crashing, no matter if there's up and down and just a good and bad, EV, electric vehicles, some of the major names we see here, like other than Tesla, because like Tesla is not super outstanding for any techniques right now. Right now we have like, NIO, right? The Chinese EV maker. We have like Li Auto, we have like Xpeng, and also we have another new EV maker, like US EV maker, like a Fisker, right? And a lot of the the EV supply chain out there. So these type of company are going to stride and outperforms in the coming years for sure, because that's going to be a huge, like human transition, like innovational transition in the history, like for EV to cover the entire US and China market in the next 10 to 20 years, and all these stocks are going to be the focus. And other than that, we can see, because of those like the company of like Internet of Things and those like EV, we also know that like just we can see like chip makers and electric vehicle stocks set to soar this year. That's also the one of the interesting article I thought, and like copy and paste in the description box. If you have time, please check into that. And chip maker, electric vehicle, other than electric vehicle, like chip makers, right? Why chip makers, right? Because we need chip makers for everything nowadays. And the demand we have for chip makers like this. Okay, let's see who is the top chip maker in the world. It's right, we know it's like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, right? TSMC, right? TSMC. So what's the stock chart for TSMC? It's like this. Okay, it just got IPO in 1998 as a with a price below 3, and right now it just got like as high as like 142, and especially with a big surge, things like the law of like 2020, the pandemic law, because of the homey economy. A lot of people just we at the time, earlier at the low of like COVID-19 pandemic, I was not aware like how come there are like so many people use like use like semiconductor. How come the demand of semiconductor just increased? But now I just realized, because I just started doing like YouTube, I just realized how big the demand is, because for example, if you have time, like nowadays you probably, like every one of you use like Facebook, use like Instagram, use like TikTok, use and what, YouTube, and you will have so many different accounts in social media sites, and you probably also have those like paid mobile app, and you're gonna you always just have to upload tons of pictures, like videos, and all the like information to those sites. And probably like 10 years ago, like a few years ago, we didn't have that much technology to produce to provide the convenience. But until like after 2016, we had a explosion in in different area of like a technology, like big data, artificial intelligence, cloud computation, and just like electric vehicle, like just auto driving and all that, right? And until like 5 years later, like 2021, a lot of the technology becomes more right, becomes more developed. So now and also thanks to the pandemic, because of the shift from like physical shopping, from physical activity to e-commerce to online activity. We just have like the explosion, the surge of demand in semiconductors, and right, it's always like that. We don't know if it's if it's a view what we saw like in 1999 before the dot-com bubble, or if it's actual if it's an actual just if it's a real things. Okay, so but anyway, just by the trend, by the fact, like chip makers are going to be one of the trend other than electric vehicle. And chip makers, we can see who is the top chip maker. Okay, Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company. Don't think that's a Taiwan company. It's not a Taiwanese company. It's actually an American company. If you check into the shareholding, it's over 60 to 90% of the shareholding are American, like Citibank and all that. But they just have more. It's just a headquarter in Taiwan, and with more labor, Taiwanese labor. So that's just a joke. I'm originally Taiwanese as well. But yeah, thanks to the Taiwanese talent, Taiwanese intelligence for Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. But anyway, other than this, you can see we can see like Intel, like Nvidia and AMD, and we were trying to have a comparison between AMD and Nvidia and Intel. And earlier I was not so sure like if we can do that, but I just had another short video like lately to say like Intel is relatively, it's more price worthy right now, because in the past couple few years, like Intel has been Nvidia and AMD has been expanding at the expense of Intel. And but Intel is because of Intel just had some like misstep, like a mistake on the manufacturing problems, like have some product delay in past couple years, past few years. But the stock of it is now, the price of it is not too bad, right? It's it's paying price in the past few years, but in the past 2 decades, we had a household name, we had a really strong brand like Intel. So for my 2 cents, I think Intel just got a new CEO. If they can just have a comeback turnaround, like it's not to be an immediate thing. It probably gonna take like few months or like 1 to 2 years on gonna be like something after like 2022. But that will be a chance you can have the just like the downside risk for Intel is really limited, right? Intel right now has like over 60% of the CPU market share compared to what they have like years ago. About like 77%. But right now they are still Intel is still the top one, owning like over 60%. So the downside risk is totally limited. And but upside potential for Intel to come back to beat AMD and Nvidia is really promising. So that's the thing. So for like chip maker, Intel, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation will be the company we have to look into. But sorry, anyway, so the time is limited. Sorry, I just talked too much. I just been too talkative of a lot of conceptual things. I really hope that I really thanks for your time and watching, and I really hope that you will keep like supporting this channel, and don't mind to hit the like and support and the subscribe button, and So, and let me know like what's the topic and stock and insights that we can exchange and share more in the future. So yeah, so guys, so can you recommend some stocks when the inflation goes up in the future? Yeah, that will be the stocks, like just the stock, no matter inflation, stock market crash, or just a market correction, fan stocks would be the place for us to hedge and also have the growth value, and also some of the Chinese Internet of Things Chinese stocks and the EV stock and the Chipmaker stocks. Okay, so once again, thanks for your time and watching, and the time is limited, and we will talk more into the details of the topics and the industry and the stocks we just mentioned today. And please let me know if I if I leave out anything, if I just have forgot anything. So yeah, love you all, and thanks for your time and watching. Let's have more in the next one. See you.